Hello students. Uh, so in this video I'm going to talk about what is chemical reactions, what are chemical equations, and what are the different types of chemical reactions available. So you all need to understand that chemical reactions are basically in and out of our life. So they are basically part and parcel of our lives. So if you take an example of like when we are taking a food, so whatever the food eating, it is going to lot of chemical reactions into our body, and it is basically converted into vitamins, carbohydrates, minerals, and so forth, or even whatever the respiration process that we are doing. So we are inhaling oxygen and giving carbon dioxide, so that is also there is a lot of chemical reactions that is happening in our body. So chemical reactions is basically all part of our life. So in this particular video I'm specifically going to talk about what are the different types of reactions available. So there are broadly combination reactions, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation or reduction reaction is available. So we will talk about each one of these reactions in detail little bit. So first let's start with the combination reaction. So combination reaction means basically two or more reactant basically combining into one single product. So you can see that the example calcium oxide plus water, two reactant are there, they combined into a single product, calcium hydroxide. The second one is a decomposition reaction. So here it is exactly opposite to that of combination reaction. So decomposition reaction where it is having one single reactant which is basically decomposed to form two different products. So the example here is the 2H2O gives 2H2 plus O2. The next one is a displacement reaction. Displacement reaction is basically where one element kicks off the other element in one of the compound. So say for example if you look at zinc plus copper sulfate, it gives zinc sulfate plus copper. So zinc is basically kicking off copper in this case. So why this is specifically happening? Because zinc has the higher reacting power compared to copper. So zinc has the ability to kick off the copper, since because there is one element displacing the other element, it is known as displacement reaction. And the next one is the double displacement reaction. So here it's a little bit different than the displacement reaction. So displacement reaction, there is only one atom displacing the another. So here it is an exchange of ion, or in other words they are mutually going to displace each other. So if you look at the example, sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. So NaSO2 and barium chloride. So you can see that barium is replacing sodium and sodium is replacing barium, thereby it is forming barium sulfate and sodium chloride. And the last type of reaction is oxidation or reduction reaction. So in general oxidation reaction is nothing but adding of oxygen. So in any element if there is an addition of oxygen happening, then it is an oxidation reaction. In any element there is a loss of oxygen happening, oxygen is basically removed, then it is known as a reduction reaction. Okay, so these are the basic key concepts of like 5 different types of reaction. I hope you understand all the different type of reactions, and by looking into any reaction I'm sure you will be able to categorize which category they form into and so forth. So whenever we are talking about the chemical reaction, one of the things that we need to understand is it obeys the laws of conservation of mass. So what is meant by law of conservation of mass? Laws of conservation of mass states that before and after the reaction, the overall mass remains same, which means the mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. So there is a need to number of atoms on the reactant side should be equal to the number of atoms on the product side. So thereby balancing an equation is very important. Okay, so we will talk about that balancing an equation